Before we start, do me a quick favor and leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Now, let's get moving. What's up, guys? That got the pencil here, and let's chat about some Kingdom Hearts protagonists, or more so how Kingdom Hearts protagonists are typically written. So, my thing with Kingdom Hearts protagonists is, usually I'd say almost all of them are good. All of them are good or better. There's really only one outlier I can think of, and that it's Kairi. I'm not even gonna hold y'all here. It's just Kairi. So I don't know what y'all want me to do. I think even after Remind, still not looking good for Kairi. Hoping Kingdom Hearts 4 comes along. But why do I think Kingdom Hearts protagonists are typically written really, really well? Well, when you look at our central group of protagonists, so you got your Soras, you got your Rikus, you got your Roxases, you got your Xions. Technically, you have your Axels, you got your Aquas, you got your Terras, you got your Ventuses. I think all of them are written very, very well for the fact that they all interact super well with their respective antagonists. Their respective antagonist brings good things out of them 99% of the time. I'd say every single main character has a main villain that they interact with very, very well. For Sora, I say his best main villain is Marluxia. Those two brought Marluxia and Larxene as a duo. They brought things out of Sora that we've never seen since. I praise that way too much already, but it's the truth. Think it's fantastic. Riku's main villain, obviously Ansem. They have one of, if not the best villain, hero, protagonist, whatever journeys throughout all of Kingdom Hearts, and one of the best I've seen, period. You want another fantastic villain to protagonist relationship, even though they rarely interact, Roxas and Xemnas. On the few interactions they do have, Xemnas is this unreachable wall for Roxas that ends up driving Roxas to do what he does because of all the terrible things Xemnas did to him and his friends. They have a fantastic interaction, even though it's not shown to us that much. You look at Axel and Saïx. Axel and basically the organization as a whole. He has multiple great interactions with, whether it be him and Marluxia, him and Xemnas, him and Saïx, him and pretty much a grip of antagonists. Axel has a fantastic relationship with in the antagonistic sense. Xion, she has multiple antagonistic relationships despite her only appearing in one game. Obviously, she has her antagonistic relationship towards Xemnas, then she has her antagonistic relationship initially towards Riku, but then it gets explained and then her sides flip. So many great things come out of her as a protagonist because of her antagonist. You want to move on to Terra, as a character. I don't mean meh. As good as a character as Terra is, I mean good because I think a lot of Kingdom Hearts characters are better. Even his interactions with Xehanort, the original Xehanort, are amazing. Like, when you look at them from the sense, if you remove the context of the fact that we are a third party that knows that Xehanort's evil due to, what is it called? Narrative dissonance? Not narrative dissonance. Narrative portrayal. Basically, by visual storytelling, we can tell Xehanort's evil just because of his design. But if you remove that part of the narrative, and you look at their actual interactions as hypothetical master and student, and the relationship that they have back and forth, only for it to end with Terra finally realizing all his mistakes and Xehanort to possess him, and basically getting his revenge in Kingdom Hearts 3 when he breaks free of the Guardian and ends up betraying Terra Xehanort by using his willpower and getting his body back. And of course, you have the entire fight with the Lingering Will versus Terra Xehanort, which is fantastic. You have Aqua, who not only has a direct antagonistic towards Xehanort, but she also has a direct antagonistic relationship towards Vanitas, which is one of the most interesting interplays because they're literally more diametric opposites than Ventus and Ventus and Vanitas are, despite Ventus literally being Vanitas' opposite, because Aqua just wants to protect everything, while Vanitas just has a need to destroy everything. So even their interactions, such as in the Neverland world, fantastic. All their fights, great. Then of course you have basically Aqua's antagonist relationship with the entire Realm of Darkness for the entire time she's chilling there, but that's another thing for another day. Then of course you got Ventus and Vanitas, those two being direct opposites. Vanitas is the whole reason Ventus even went out on the journey, which is the catalyst for Aqua going out on the journey, and us having Birth by Sleep as a narrative in general. So their relationship's really, really good, and that's the thing. Kingdom Hearts protagonists are really, really strong when their antagonists feed directly into their opposites. And of course, that's basic antagonistic writing. That's basic good story writing. If your antagonist doesn't work well with your protagonist, it's sort of missing the point of even having an antagonist. You might as well have your protagonist just go on a personal journey with no central antagonist. At that point, at least in my mind. But the reason I'd say Kairi lacks as a protagonist is because she doesn't have that, at least not yet. So I'm hoping Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatever future games in the series can bring me that. But what I want to talk about in Kingdom Hearts Protagonists is also not how good they are, but where to go, basically, because the Xehanort Saga is dead and done. Kingdom Hearts 3 ended it. We're still learning about functions of the Xehanort Saga through the Xehanort Dark Road game. I'm still haven't caught up on that because I'm not even sure if it's complete yet, and I see nothing about it anywhere, so I'm not sure how relevant the information is within it. But there are elements of the Xehanort Saga still out there that are still being learned about, but their relevance to the overall narrative is very, very fleeting. Like, I personally just don't know enough about it. But that comes with the main issue, because that means all those fantastic villains, except for maybe Vanitas, due to Kingdom Hearts Key stuff, are gone. But we're still left with more protagonists and an active position in one connected way than we've ever had before. Because we have Riku, Kairi, Roxas, Xion, Axel, now Saix, or Isa, Aqua, Terra, Ventus, Chirithy. I'm kidding. But we have so many more active protagonists in one area than we've ever had before. And even if we take all the foretellers, every last one of them, and then add Lucio on top of that, then add the Master of Masters on top of that, the villains are outnumbered. I'm pretty sure, because 1, 2, and then of course Sora's going to be coming back. So that's 3 trios right there. Not including Donald and Goofy, not including King Mickey, not including any other external characters that could be added, not including the hypothetical Lorium and Elrena that could be coming back. The villains are so outnumbered in this next oncoming narrative that I'm a little bit concerned because Kingdom Hearts protagonists work the best with their villains. And if their villains simply can't have those one-on-one ideas or conflicts with them, I don't think it's going to function that well. So I'm bringing this up because I want to know what you guys think. Like, how do you think the foretellers can bring it? Because I've had talks with people, and I've been looking at it. I've been squinting. I've been guessing at the possible future villain hero relationships, and some ideas I've just had top of my head. Lucio and Xion. I just think their antagonistic relationship could be great because Xion didn't like Xigbar from RIP, and they have their beef lasting from 358, but they never got to interact. And of course, when you look at them, they're pretty much the embodiments of their respective time periods. Xion is the culmination of pretty much every single fight. She's almost like the Cell of Kingdom Hearts, except the only thing she's missing really is the Birth by Sleep trio. But she has the knowledge that Roxas has, and Roxas and all his memories are connected to Sora, and she also has pretty much all the powers of the organization, being able to summon any of their weapons. So she has the organization, she has the Guardians of Light. Xion is the culmination of everything of the modern era. While Lucio, due to being arguably the strongest of the foretellers, well, foreteller era people outside of the Master of Masters, because the Master of Masters trusted Lucio with the task he was given, that means that he's the peak, almost the culmination of all of the olden era. So putting those two against each other would be amazing. I want to see that. Some of my friends don't like this, but I say Aqua and Envy works perfectly. They're both meant to be nothing but observers in their respective narratives, but they can't be observers anymore. And seeing those two fight would be epic to me. And obviously, they're both blue. I gotta do it. They're both blue. What do you want from me? I want to see it. And then, of course, when you move on, the thing we gotta talk about is not just Aqua and Envy, but Terra and Aced. I don't think that one's that complicated. I think everyone can agree on that one. They're both bullheaded idiots, to say, for lack of a better word. I think that would work out very well. And then moving on, I have weird ideas. Like, I also want to put Ventus against Lucio, because also their lasting beef, because they just have it. And I think honestly, a lot of people can dance with Lucio, because Lucio, due to being probably our main like villain that's put in front of us in comparison to other villains. And then of course I'm out here looking for like Gulo versus Roxas, just because I think those two are very, very good ideas of those who are loyal to those above them until those above them prove to not be that loyal to them, and thus they're forced to snap and fight back. And of course they mirror each other very, very well. I have weird, very, very weird ideas. Like, that's the thing. I want the protagonist to continue on a strong path. However, with the lack of, with their main antagonist gone, like erased, like Xehanort's literally in Kingdom Hearts now, I have no idea what they could do. Like, that's the thing. I'm concerned. Here's the thing. I trust Nomura's writing. As crazy as that sounds, as complex and convoluted as Kingdom Hearts can be, I do trust Nomura's character writing. So I'm intrigued to see where he goes with it. However, that's the main reason I want to make this video. I wanted to see what a lot of people thought about the protagonists, how well they function, why they function very well. At least, I think they function very well. If you don't think they function very well, drop in the comment section down below. But why they function very well, and what's their future? Because I can sit here and praise them all day. I've praised them for probably hours. You can look at my content. You see I talk about Kingdom Hearts characters a lot, but it's we're in such a weird, volatile spot. Like, we've reached an end, but we're at a new beginning. But this beginning is so much more hefty than the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. We do not have one trio of Keyblade wielders. We have like 3. And then who knows what else we're going to have. So I'm intrigued. I trust Nomura a lot. So I know he'll do good with the protagonist, but I'm just not sure how he's going to do the protagonist. But that's all really I talk about. Like, that there's nothing else I could do but sit here and praise and accidentally spoil for future videos when it comes to talking about the protagonist of Kingdom Hearts. So that's all. I'm gonna leave you all with that, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.